Hello, everybody. Welcome to this episode of WWPWW, episode number 75, the WrestleMania Prediction Spectacular episode. Hooray!
Woo! Bang, 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 poof.
Yeah! Woo! All right. So, no weekly recaps this week, just predictions for WrestleMania and for before that NXT TakeOver New Orleans, which is tonight, and only 5 matches, but I'm sure it'll be a wicked awesome show.
Absolutely.
So, all right. So we will go ahead and just jump right into that. Starting with number 5, we have Johnny Gargano versus Tommaso Ciampa, and an unsanctioned match where if Gargano wins, he will be reinstated to NXT. If Ciampa wins, Gargano will be banned from NXT forever. Jeremy, who wins this match and what all happens in the fallout and everything?
I really like to see Ciampa win, mostly because I think Gargano is good to go to the main roster. Where they use him, I don't know. I don't know if they'd use him on 205 Live or if they put him on Raw or whatever. But I'd like to see Ciampa be a monster heel in NXT for a bit. Would I like to see both of them called up? Yeah, absolutely. But I think Ciampa needs to stay in NXT for a bit, be a monster heel through all NXT for just a tad bit longer, but bring Gargano up. So I'm going to say Ciampa wins. Gargano is banned from NXT forever. What about you?
I was kind of having that same thought. I was thinking that it seems like they've kind of like they're ready to put Gargano up on the main roster, and so yeah, I agree with you. I think that's probably what'll happen, and and Gargano's so over that I don't think he'll lose any momentum by losing to Ciampa at all. Yeah, I've been loving all the serial killer type stalker type stuff that Ciampa's been doing on Twitter, so I think that'll be really cool. To see him continue doing that, oh yeah, I got him out of here, but just whatever. And so yeah, I agree with you.
Awesome. Just the next match we have on the card, at least from the Wikipedia standpoint, is for the new NXT North American Championship. The beautiful, beautiful, beautiful belt that they have with that. The contestants are Adam Cole, EC3, Killian Dane, Lars Sullivan, Ricochet, and Velveteen Dream. This is a ladder match. Caleb, who you got and why?
Adam Cole, baby. Yeah, I I really haven't been following the storyline for this. Like, I've been following the Gargano Ciampa storyline mainly through Twitter, but I really don't know much else for any of the storylines with any of these. But so I'm just kind of going with my gut and going out on a limb. I'm gonna say Adam Cole. So I feel like he's just awesome, and he's great at everything. And I feel like he getting this brand new title belt in there, I think that would kind of help out him, kind of get him some good momentum going, and yeah, just because you said it kind of seems like they're setting up Ricochet to feud with Velveteen Dream, and like that doesn't necessarily have to be for a title, but if it is, that'd be cool. But so yeah, I'm gonna say Adam Cole personally.
Okay. It's either. I think it's either going to be Adam Cole or EC3. I think Killian Dane and and his group, the Sanity. I think they're going to be called up sometime pretty soon, and so I don't foresee him staying along very long. I can see him staying around NXT to feud with Lars for a match or two afterwards on NXT TV, just to push Lars a little bit harder. But I think Killian Dane and his group Sanity will be called up. I think Ricochet and Velveteen Dream are going to have a feud, and I would like to see Adam Cole versus EC3 by itself. I think that would be a cool match, and so I could see them feuding over the North American title. And so it's going to be one of those two. I think you're right. I think it'll be Adam Cole, mostly because Adam Cole is also going to be in the tag team match later in this the same night, and so that'll be fun to watch in and of itself. Him wrestling 2 matches.
Oh, cool.
I would kind of like to see I would like to see Adam Cole win it, mostly because I think it would be good for the brand right now to see Adam Cole as the new North American champion, and so that's who I have as well.
All right. So now we have the Triple Threat Tag Team match for the NXT Tag Titles and the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic Trophy. So we have the Undisputed Era, which is Adam Cole and Kyle O'Reilly, versus the Authors of Pain, versus Roderick Strong and Pete Dunne, which I think is a really cool pairing. So, Jeremy, who do you think will win this triple threat?
I personally think Roderick Strong and Pete Dunne will win, and the reason why is because I think they're going to wait until Fish comes back to push the tag team of Undisputed Era with him and Kyle O'Reilly, and I think Authors of Pain are ready to be called up. They usually give the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic trophy to a weird pairing, and Roderick Strong and Pete Dunne is a weird pairing, and I would love to see Pete Dunne with two belts in his mouth, to be quite honest. I want to see him come out with 2 belts, the UK title and the tag team title. I think they're going to move away from Pete Dunne as UK champion because I think they really need him on the roster as a monster heel. I would love to see him on the main roster soon because he's just a great wrestler. He's a great personality. And so for me, I want to see Roderick Strong and Pete Dunne win this. Caleb, what do you think?
Yeah, I kind of don't know who will, but yeah, I think Authors of Pain should just come up already. Come up with something cool for them, and just bring them up, and then yeah, you could kind of see, maybe Adam Cole winning the ladder match, and so he's kind of beat up from that.
Yep.
And so that's how they lose or something like that. But yeah, like I'm with you. I'd like to see Strong and Dunne win it also because that's a very weird but cool pairing. So yeah, I agree with you.
Awesome.
I think I'll take that too.
Sweet. All right, next match is for the NXT Women's Championship. We have Ember Moon versus Shayna Baszler. Caleb, who you got and why?
Well, of course my heart wants to pick Ember Moon.
Yep.
But my head says that maybe she'll lose, and then the night after Mania she'll debut on Raw or SmackDown.
Yep.
So that's what I think I'm gonna go ahead and say.
Yeah, I tend to agree with you. Not that I think Shayna deserves the belt, mostly because I think her in ring is lacking a bit. Her promo skills are pretty good. They're 1,000 times better than Ronda is right now. But I would like to see her now, see what she can do with the belt because they've kind of set up Shayna and who's the other girl, the pirate princess,
Kairi Sane.
Yeah, Kairi Sane. They kind of set those two up as the next kind of heel face personas of the NXT, and so I think they'll go towards that coming soon. And so I'd like to see Shayna Baszler win it, just because Ember's been ready since she's been ready since she's been in NXT. I mean, she's outworked a lot of those girls, and so I would love to see her come up. I personally would like to see her on SmackDown.
Yeah,
because I think she would have a better chance to shine, personally. And so I have Shayna as winning that.
Okay. So now we have what will probably be the main event. Andrade Cien Almas versus Aleister Black for the NXT Championship. Jeremy, who wins and why?
This is hard for me. I would like to see Almas have the title a little bit longer. I think he proved himself at the Royal Rumble that he's ready to come up and shine in there, especially with Vega. That pairing has helped him immensely. But I really want to see Aleister Black with the title. There are rumors that man, my brain is blanking. Holder of the title before Almas, Drew McIntyre. There's rumors that Drew is fine now, and so to see Aleister Black versus Drew McIntyre, that match would be awesome.
Yeah, it would be. Yeah.
But part of me also wants to see the rematch between Almas and McIntyre, and so because that was a really good match at the last Takeover. So although I want to see Black win, I'm going to pick Almas because I think he could stand to stay in NXT for just a tad bit longer. So that's who I have. What about you?
Yeah, I'm kind of in that same boat. I would really like to see Black win. He could go with staying, or he could go to the main roster. I think he's, can do either or, honestly. So it just depends on what their plans are, what they want to do. Like, I honestly can't pick which one I think is more likely to happen. Black winning or Almas winning. Like, so yeah, it's really hard. I'm kind of in that same boat, like, because I like both guys, and and I like the whole. I like Almas's gimmick with Zelina Vega. They're a good pairing and stuff like that. And he can go, man. He really can. And
and they haven't had the blow off. I don't know. I can't remember. I haven't been watching NXT TV. I want to see the blow off of Vega and Johnny's wife, Candice. I want to see that match too at a Takeover. And so I don't know. We'll see what happens.
Yeah. So yeah, it's really tough. Like, if it was a safe bet, I would say it was probably maybe Aleister Black, but I just don't know. So I'm gonna say a soft yes for Aleister Black. So all right, well then, guess we can move on into WrestleMania 34.
All right. Well, that does it for NXT TakeOver. Let's go straight to WrestleMania 34. We're gonna go through the pre-card because it is part of WrestleMania, and there are 3 matches that will be quite interesting. Especially, I think the cruiserweight title match will be amazing, and they will regret putting that on the pre-card. Both of those guys, Cedric Alexander and Mustafa Ali, 2 of the best cruiserweights. Definitely, both of them deserve a title. Deserve this title. But anyway, let's go to the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. Caleb, can you even fathom a guess who might win this?
I don't know. For some reason, I want to say Baron Corbin. He'll be the first 2-time winner of the Andre the Giant Battle Royal. So that's just, if I was forced to make a bet, maybe I would take that one. I can't think of anything else, really.
That would be interesting. I think we can make a case that the final 2 people in the ring could be he and the last year's winner. Why I'm blanking on names today.
Mojo Rawley.
Yeah, Mojo Rawley. I think we could make a case that he and Mojo Rawley would be the last 2 people in the ring. I think that would make it an interesting end to this match. And then they put Corbin over, and then push Mojo as a monster heel. I could see that. I could see Baron win it. Yeah, I'll go with Baron too.
All right, so now we have the WrestleMania Women's Battle Royal, or as Chris Jericho said it should be called, the Sensational Invitational Battle Royal in honor of Sensational Sherry.
Amen.
Yeah, that would have been an awesome name for it. Like, so props to Y2J. So
everybody loves Sensational Sherry.
Yeah.
Like, I have not heard one person say anything. One person who would work with her say one negative thing about her. And so, like, Yeah, come on, guys.
So, Jeremy, who do you think might win this?
Um, you know what? I'm just gonna say Ember Moon because I have no idea. I think there's gonna be a lot of women from NXT, and I think there's gonna be a couple women who were at the Hall of Fame last night. Some of the older generation women, I think they'll be in it because they don't. I don't think they have enough women to fully go through it. And so I'm just gonna say Ember Moon because I have no idea. What about you, Caleb?
That's actually a pretty good pick. Like, they do like, debuting NXT people and having them win it sometimes. That's happened a time or two. So, yeah, that's not a bad pick. Like, I was thinking maybe Bailey, but
Mm.
but yeah, now that you said that, I'm kind of 50-50. So, so one of those two.
All right, cool. All right, the last pre-show match is Cedric Alexander versus Mustafa Ali for the WWE Cruiserweight Championship. Caleb, who do you have and why?
I really like both guys. They both deserve it, but I think that it'll be Cedric Alexander.
Yeah, this one's the hardest for me because I agree with you. I think it will be Cedric Alexander. But Mustafa Ali has proven himself in the ring. Yeah, I think it's going to be Cedric Alexander too. It's going to be a hard match for me to not want either guy to win because both of them are amazing. So I'm going to say Cedric as well.
All right. Cool. So now we have Daniel Bryan and Shane McMahon, the Authority Figures, versus Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. Of course, if Sami and Kevin win, they are rehired to SmackDown. If they are not, if they lose, they are gone from SmackDown forever, or whatever. So, Jeremy, who wins and why?
There are two rumors out there right now, and I'm trying to struggle through both of them. One of the rumors dates back to when Kevin and Sami were backstage, and they had a conversation with Stephanie. There's a rumor that they will lose and go over to Raw because Stephanie will come to them and say, "Hey, why don't you come back to Raw?" There's another rumor that says that Shane McMahon is going to turn on Daniel Bryan. I don't see that happening personally. I don't see that. I just don't see that happening. I don't see that there was any groundwork laid for that. But I don't know. I'm gonna say a shocker: Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn win. What about you?
Yeah, I'm kind of going back and forth. It didn't cross my mind that Shane might turn on Daniel, but I foresee two possibilities. Either they do the feel good moment and have Daniel Bryan pick up the pinfall, pick up the win, you know, start everything off with the good guys winning or whatever, and then but the next night Kevin and Sami turn up on Raw, and then they get hired on there, or Shane gets tagged in, and then he eats the pin, and then Kevin and Sami remain on SmackDown. It's so hard for me to pick because I foresee one of those two possibilities, and it's just so hard for me to pick one of those two. Like, I feel like this storyline is, has run its course. I feel like here would be a good time to end it. So, personally, I think that Daniel Bryan, they'll give Daniel Bryan the feel-good moment at WrestleMania, and that Kevin and Sami lose, but they go to Raw, and so they're back on Raw. So that's what I think might happen. But
all right. The next match we have on this list is the match that all celebrities have been paid to endorse on Twitter. It seems like Kurt Angle and Ronda Rousey versus Triple H and Stephanie McMahon. Caleb, who do you have and why?
I mean, it's gonna be Kurt and Ronda. I mean, I don't. It would make no sense for Triple H and Steph to win. Like, it really wouldn't. So yeah, I would say I'm gonna say Kurt and Ronda. Like, it just would. It'd be stupid for them not to.
I have a hard time with this match because I agree with you. I think that it would make sense for them to win. However, I can see a storyline with Ronda losing. I could see her kind of being under the thumb of the authority figures for the next year, or at least the next 6 months or so, just to build her character, just to build her story, just to build all this stuff. Because there are rumors that they want to put her versus Asuka at the end of at next year's WrestleMania. Whether those rumors are true or not, I don't know. But I think I would rather see Ronda, her character, grow through some adversity, whether it be with this match, setting up for Triple H versus her versus Stephanie McMahon as a single match later on down the road, or just these two guys like, hey, we beat you. You're our person. We get to do whatever we want with you, and then humiliate her, put her through, build her up that way, tear her down to build her up, basically. And so I think I can make a case that Triple H and Stephanie wins, but I think everybody wants to see at least Kurt win. And so, I'm going to have to say Kurt Angle versus Ronda Rousey as well.
Okay. Cool. So now we have the Usos versus the New Day versus the Bludgeon Brothers in a triple threat tag team match for the SmackDown tag team titles. Jeremy, who wins and why?
I'm going to say the New Day wins. I think Authors of Pain will come up, and I think that they would be better on SmackDown because of all the great tag teams on SmackDown to put them with. I think that New Day needs to stay on SmackDown for one more year. I think the Usos could stand to go over to Raw, face the Bar, face all those guys, build them back up on Raw, and make them the tag team that they deserve to be. And so I say New Day wins, and eventually Usos go to Raw. What about you? What say you?
I personally think the Usos are going to win this match. I think that they'll team up. I think it'll be kind of like the triple threat tag matches back in NXT with Revival, Gargano, Ciampa, and then the Authors of Pain. I think the New Day and the Usos will kind of team up to take the Bludgeon Brothers out of the equation, and then they'll beat each other up, and then the Usos will pin the New Day, keeping Bludgeon Brothers strong, and also giving the Usos a much deserved win at WrestleMania, on the main show for the titles. And then at the next pay-per-view, whether it's the Greatest Royal Rumble, which I'm super stoked for, can't wait to watch that, or because it's the Greatest Royal Rumble and then it's Backlash, are the next two. So either it'll be at the Greatest Royal Rumble or it'll be at Backlash. I think that Usos will drop the belts to Bludgeon Brothers, and then I could see the Usos totally going to Raw after that. So that's what I think will happen.
All right. Well, the next match we have is the Raw Tag Team Championship. Cesaro and Sheamus versus Braun Strowman and Vacant, or whoever is going to be stepping up in that place. We don't know who Braun Strowman's tag team partner is, but I think that's genius. I think they did a great job doing that to say, hey, who's going to be his tag team partner? I got to turn into WrestleMania to find out. Caleb, who do you think is going to win, and who do you think is going to be the tag team partner?
Who will win? I don't really know who to pick. But I think the tag team partner will be, I think it'll be Elias, Samoa Joe, or Big Show. I think it'll be one of those three. Don't know for sure, but I think for sure it will be one of those three. But as far as who wins, I honestly don't know who to pick. It's really, really tough for me to pick. So I could see them if it's, um, if they want to put Braun and his partner over and then have them kind of be at odds and have a lot of contention in their tag title reign and then build a feud out of that. I could see that, but so I think that's what might happen. So I guess I'll just go out on a limb and say Braun Strowman and whoever TBD is.
It's hard because they've already promoted the greatest Royal Rumble ever, or however, whatever that's called. They promoted Cesaro and Sheamus as the tag team title holders versus the Hardys.
Yeah.
It's hard for me to sit here and be like, oh yeah, it's going to be Braun Strowman and whoever his partner is. Even though to be the case, I think Cesaro and Sheamus will win because whoever Braun Strowman's partner will get in his way.
Mm.
I think that's what they're building towards. I don't know whether they're going to have his partner and him and Braun feud afterwards, but I think that's what's going to happen. I think his partner is going to get in his way. I would love to see Neville as his partner.
That'd be cool.
I would love to see Neville come back and make amends and be that guy. I would love to see Neville versus Braun Strowman, to be quite honest.
Yeah.
I think that match could be pretty wicked awesome. And to throw Neville back into the main roster instead of putting him on 205 Live. Even though he was great on 205 Live, I would rather see him in this beefed up persona that he made on 205 Live on the main roster and just kind of just ticked off and wanting to hurt everybody. I think that would be pretty awesome. I would love to see Neville, but I think you're probably right. It would probably be Elias or Samoa Joe or somebody else. But I think Cesaro and Sheamus are going to win this match. They're going to retain.
Okay. So now we go to the first women's title match. We have Charlotte Flair versus Asuka. Jeremy, who wins and why, and will we see a Carmella cash in or an attempt cash in?
Well, they're building towards something. I definitely think that after WrestleMania, Charlotte and Carmella will feud. I think that's the next feud for them. Man, there's so many different thoughts on this match. I think Carmella cashes in. I think Asuka stays on Raw. Even though I mean, there's so many different rumors out there, so my brain's just like, oh, it's going to be this or it's going to be this. Would I like to see Asuka on SmackDown? Yeah, but I'd really like to see Carmella as a champion for a second. Asuka stays on Raw. Carmella cashes in after Asuka does something to Charlotte. So yeah, I think Carmella wins. What about you?
Yeah, I'm just like some of these other matches. I foresee one or two possibilities. Either one, Asuka will beat Charlotte, and then Carmella will attempt to cash in on the winded Asuka, but Asuka will stop her from cashing in. Or Carmella will run out with her briefcase, hit Asuka, so Asuka wins by DQ, keeping her streak intact. She hits her with the briefcase or something like that, so Asuka wins by DQ, keeping her streak alive, and then Carmella cashes in on Charlotte. So we'll have two matches, the main one and then the impromptu one, and so part of me thinks that's what will happen, and then I think Asuka will. Yeah, I foresee that kind of being what'll happen. And then Asuka will win the next Money in the Bank in June, and then cash in on Carmella or something like that. So I could foresee that happening. So kind of going out on a limb, like they may just want to put Asuka over clean, no shenanigans, but I could foresee that happening. Keeping her win streak alive, so she gets attacked with the briefcase, so she wins by DQ, and then Carmella cashes in. So I think that's what might happen.
That's a good point. Do you think Carmella will win it if she cashes in?
Yeah, because I'm assuming that like, you know, Asuka will do some big move or something, crazy, and then Charlotte will be down for the count, and then she hits Asuka, that match ends by DQ, and then she cashes in, a new match starts, and she pins Charlotte. So
Okay,
that's what I
I
think.
think that would make the most sense to me as
Yeah,
well.
because you don't want to just completely cut the legs out from under Asuka,
Right.
and so that's I think a way to do that.
Okay. All right. That's a good plan. I subscribe. I'm going to subscribe to that as well.
Okay.
All right. Next match we have is Alexa Bliss versus Nia Jax for the Raw Women's Championship. Caleb, who do you got and why?
Yeah, Nia Jax. I think Nia Jax is gonna win. I I think all of the 4 main titles, the Universal, WWE, and the 2 women's, will all switch hands. I honestly believe that. So I think, yeah, that Nia Jax will beat Alexa Bliss, and she'll be the champion because she more than deserves it. So that's what I think.
Yeah, because there is a rumor that there's going to be at least 5 changes at WrestleMania. I don't know that this is going to be one of them. I think WWE's a little too high on Alexa Bliss. Not in a bad way. She's great promo. She's getting better in the ring. But I could see them keeping Alexa as champion. And I have to say that because there's a couple other titles that are going to change that I think are going to change. So I think they keep Alexa as Raw Women's Champion for now.
Okay. Very interesting. So now we go to the Fatal 4-Way for the United States Championship. Yeah, Randy Orton versus Bobby Roode versus Jinder Mahal versus Rusev. Jeremy, who wins why?
Um, this is the hardest one for me. I'm going to say Randy Orton keeps the title because I don't know that they're done with Randy Orton versus Bobby Roode. So I'm going to say Randy Orton keeps the title. Rusev was just thrown in there because his t-shirt sales are way up and he's way over with the crowd. Would I love to see Rusev win? Absolutely, 100%. But I don't foresee that happening. I don't foresee Jinder winning as either. So I'm going to say Randy Orton wins with the feud continuing between he and Bobby Roode. Caleb, what do you got? What do you got?
I'm gonna say either Bobby Roode wins and he continues with his feud with Randy Orton, because I don't think Orton will retain it here. I think it will be Bobby Roode wins it back and then they'll continue their feud, or Rusev will win it. That's a bit more of a feel good pick. It's picking more with my heart than my head, but yeah, I think that Bobby Roode wins it from Orton, and then they continue their feud, or Rusev wins it, and then he feuds with Jinder or something. I don't know, but yeah, I personally think it'll be one of those 2, but I don't know which. So.
Sure. All right, next match we have is the triple threat for the Intercontinental Championship: The Miz versus Seth Rollins versus Finn Balor. Caleb, who do you got and why?
I honestly think the Miz will retain it. I don't know. Like, I just feel like he's just doing so great with the Intercontinental title. And as much as I love Finn Balor, and as much as Seth Rollins has been coming around to me, um, I just feel like neither of them particularly need the title right now. Like, I feel like they're good where they're at. I feel like Miz kind of is just doing such a great job with the Intercontinental title that, and after getting jobbed out to Cena and his girlfriend last year, I feel like he's totally due this win. And
That's a good point.
and also, just Maurice, just gave birth to their daughter, like a week or 2 ago. Hearing him like basically turn babyface on commentary on Raw was hilarious and awesome. And so, like, I thought that was fun, and So yeah, I think it'd be awesome to see a like peppy, upbeat Miz like walk into WrestleMania and retain. So, but yeah, I feel like it'll be Miz.
I think Seth Rollins will win, mostly because the Miz, I think, deserves some time with his family.
Hmm.
I think he gets at least a month off to go spend with his family, and so I could see Seth Rollins winning to complete the Grand Slam for him, and then Seth and Finn feud until the Miz comes back, because I absolutely think the Miz is gonna break the record. I think that's what they're setting him up for, to break the record for however many days for Intercontinental champion. So I think for right now, I think Miz will go away for a month, which is completely fine. I think he deserves it. He deserves to spend time with his family, uh, stay off the road for a bit, enjoy the family time, because he's got. I mean, I'm sure he's got movies and stuff coming up as well to start filming and whatnot. And so I can see them giving him at least a month off, come back at the next pay-per-view or whatever, um, and then become the champion again. But I think Seth Rollins and Finn will feud for the Intercontinental title for a bit. So I'm gonna say Seth Rollins wins.
Very interesting. All right. So we now go to probably the two main events, I assume. We have the Dream Match, which I think should go on the very last. This should be the curtain call. This should be the go home match. We have WWE Champion AJ Styles versus Shinsuke Nakamura. A dream match from the Tokyo Dome to the Superdome. Jeremy, who wins and why?
Shinsuke wins. I think he wins because I think they needed. They don't need to send AJ to Raw, but I want them to send AJ to Raw. I want to see better matches. I want to see different matches. I want to see him versus Roman Reigns again. I want to see him versus Finn Balor. I want to see him versus Samoa Joe. I want to see everybody on Raw versus AJ Styles, and then bring AJ Styles and Daniel Bryan together to have a glorious match. That match would be fantastic. So I'm going to say Shinsuke wins. I think they set him up to be the champion for SmackDown for a bit. So that's my opinion. Caleb, what do you got?
Yeah, I agree. I think Shinsuke wins. I think this will be an instant classic. I think this has potential to be 5-star, man. Like, I think like Lesnar and Reigns will be an awesome match. I'm sure it'll be a really heavy hitting, fun brawl. But I feel like, it'll be box office, man. But like, I feel like this should be the absolute main event. This one should be the final one to go on. And I just, hope and pray that they do that. So yeah, I think Shinsuke wins. I could see them having at least one rematch, maybe at the Greatest Royal Rumble or Backlash, because
Yep.
I'm pretty sure at the Greatest Royal Rumble there is a WWE Championship match listed. So
I agree.
I think they'll probably have a rematch there, and then after that, AJ going to Raw will be really cool because for all the reasons you just said.
Yep.
And then even him and Triple H, or him
Yeah.
and Kurt, so stuff like that would be really cool. So yeah, I agree. I think Shinsuke will win. I think it'll be an awesome match and an awesome moment.
Agreed. And I keep forgetting about the Greatest Royal Rumble. The fact that there's going to be probably a ton of rematches on that card outside of the women, because I don't think they're going to. I think because of where it's going to be held, they're not going to do anything with women on that pay-per-view. So, which is fine, but it's also sad as well. All right, last match, which will probably be the go home final match. But I agree with you, Caleb. I think AJ versus Shinsuke should be the last match. It won't be, sadly, because I think Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns will be the last match. Caleb, who do you got and why?
I think it'll be Roman Reigns. Just because something's predictable doesn't mean it's bad.
Yeah.
Even, all the dumb people who hate Roman Reigns because of X, Y, and Z because they want to look cool, or just for whatever reason, just like we've talked about it so many times that they're stupid, and
Yep.
and also how well they've built this match, this feud. They've done an amazing job building it. They really, really did a great job, and so I'm really, really anxious to see it, and I think it'll be awesome. I think, it would be wicked to see, JR come back and call this, because this is like, this kind of feels like an Attitude Era feud and feels like an Attitude Era match because it will be really heavy hitting and, kind of be a really, back and forth brawl, so I could see that. Um, so yeah, I think Roman wins. I think it'd probably go like 15, 20 minutes or something like that. I don't think it'll be too long. But I think it'll be really fast paced, really heavy hitting, and so yeah, I think Roman wins. I don't. There are some people who think Heyman is going to turn on Lesnar and Roman will turn heel. I don't personally see that happening, but who knows? So
Yeah, there's a lot of rumor and whatnot going around about Lesnar's UFC return and Heyman leaving the company, or even Heyman becoming Roman Reigns' spokesman. I don't know what's going to happen after WrestleMania, but this is one that's been telegraphed for a little over a year. Roman Reigns wins. It just makes sense. Brock's stay with the company. This run with the company, I think, is essentially over, which is fine. Have him go back to UFC. Have him do whatever he's going to do there. But Roman Reigns wins this match. Hey, Caleb.
yeah,
Is there a match that's not on this card that will probably show up? Because we haven't talked about what match.
John Cena versus The Undertaker.
Yeah, John Cena versus The Undertaker is not on this list.
Mm-hmm.
Caleb, is Cena versus Undertaker going to happen at WrestleMania?
First off, let me preface my answer with I was really, really annoyed and perplexed that they didn't do anything on Raw or SmackDown for that feud. Really annoyed that didn't happen. And so I think that Kid Rock will probably play a song. He'll probably play American Badass. And then I think The Undertaker will come out and accept John Cena's challenge. And then they'll probably have a back and forth in the ring, talking, promos back and forth. And then they'll agree to meet later in the night in a match. I could see that happening for sure.
Yeah, I don't know. They've done such a great job with this, and I, even though I didn't know, I haven't watched Raw. I know that nothing happened.
Yeah.
On Raw, and so I think this is one of the ploys that WWE are using to get people to get the network to tune into WrestleMania, to see what's going to happen. Is The Undertaker going to show up? You know what I think would be hilarious is if John Cena, they show John Cena in the crowd. He's got his ticket, he's got his beer, and The Undertaker sits right next to him. I think that would be hilarious. So yeah, I don't know what's going to happen. I think they're going to have Cena come out and call Undertaker out one more time.
Mm-hmm.
And then maybe a big something. Have you seen the set? The WrestleMania set?
No, I intentionally looked away from the tweets that had that because I want to wait until we watch the you and me watch the show tomorrow night to see it in all its glory. So
I saw it. I don't think it was as grand as last year. I really liked the grandness of last year with all the roller coasters and stuff. But it is gorgeous. The stuff that they did with it, it is a beautiful, beautiful thing. I don't foresee a motorcycle coming down that ramp though.
Oh yeah.
So we'll see. We'll see what happens. I think what will happen is Cena will come out and call out the Undertaker one more time, kind of the intermission type thing. And then if the Undertaker comes out, I don't know that they're going to have a match. I think the Undertaker comes out and says, "John, I'm done. We're not doing this anymore. I'm retired." So I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah, me neither. When nothing happened, like on Raw, I was just like, so what? What's going on? What's gonna happen? Like, yeah, I was annoyed. So
yeah, it was. Yeah, I'm sure.
All right. So is there anything else?
I can't think of anything off the top of my head. It's gonna be a really good show. A lot of dream matches. A lot of what is going to happen this coming year. They set up a pretty decent amount last year for what happened this year. So what is going to happen from this WrestleMania to the next WrestleMania?
Yeah.
What are we going to see? I think they're going to set up some fun things. So yeah. I can't wait. I think it's going to be great.
I think this will be, like, I heard a ton of people say that last year's WrestleMania was the best WrestleMania since X7 in 2001. I think this will probably be the second best WrestleMania ever after X7. Like, this one just has so much more potential to completely blow last year's out of the water. And last year's was pretty good.
Yep.
It was pretty solid. Easily a B+. Nothing to be ashamed there. But this just has so much going for it. This, has potential to, to be right up there along with X7 in terms of, greatest WrestleManias. Like, I think it'll probably take the number 2 spot as greatest WrestleMania since X7. So, that's 17 years of WrestleMania.
Yeah.
And yeah, this one just looks like it's going to be amazing. So, yeah, can't wait to gather tomorrow with you and watch it, man. It'll be a really long time, but it'll be good. Be a good time. So,
agreed.
All right. Cool. Well, thanks for stopping by, wrestling fans. And if you don't have the WWE Network yet, definitely get it so you can watch WrestleMania, because it will be a spectacle to behold. It's the show of shows, as they constantly say. It's the show of shows, the grandest stage of them all, the showcase of the immortals, blah, 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 blah. So, all right. Well, get out there, watch NXT TakeOver tonight, and watch WrestleMania tomorrow.
See.
Indeed. So, all right. Thanks for stopping by, everybody. This is Caleb.
This is Jeremy.
Signing off.
Peace.